Good morning. My name is John Kennedy, and I'm honored to be the city councilman for this district, District 3, recently re-elected to a 4-year term. I am extremely proud to be moving forward with a project that I deem to be one of the most important life-preserving developments in the city of Pasadena. The new 4,141 square foot Robinson Park recreational swimming pool that will take place right behind us. The U-shaped pool was designed with the community in mind and to be as inclusive as possible, with features for use by all residents year-round. There will be a zero entry feature, 4 swimming lanes, and a portion of the pool will be deep enough for lifeguard training. And we'll hear a little more about that when Darrell Walker comes to the podium. It's very intentional that he is a part of this program this morning. The pool building will be renovated and have new locker rooms, family rooms, a deck shower. In addition, the building will be reconfigured to have a dedicated 518 square foot teen center. Extraordinary. Drowning is still one of the most common causes of accidental death in children. So being able to swim is an essential life-saving skill. It is important to remember that children who appear water confident are not always competent swimmers. Swimming keeps your child's heart and lungs healthy, improves strength and flexibility, increases stamina, and even improves balance and posture. And finally, swimming provides challenges and rewards, accomplishments which help children to become self-confident and believe in their abilities. I'm honored to share the stage, if you will, today with some of the people who have made this project possible and who will be saying a few words on the commemoration of this momentous occasion. At this time, I think it would be inappropriate to say you have to kiss a little ass to get what you want. But if it benefits the community, uplifts the community, makes us better than we were yesterday, learn how to snuggle with the right folks. It is my distinct honor and privilege to introduce our illustrious mayor, Mayor Victor M. Gordo, to the podium. Thank you.
Gotta say, I've had a few introductions, but none like that one before. Only our friend John Kennedy could pull that one off. Thanks, John. Let's give a hand to John. You know, I said, I don't know if you followed, but we've had quite a bit happening in the city. We last week broke ground at a park in East Pasadena. We finally wrangled the state into giving us the 710 corridor back, and there'll be lots of planning. And so there are lots of good things happening in Pasadena. My job as mayor is to just support council members who are closest to the district that they represent and ensure that projects continue along. I very much view that as the role of the mayor. But John tops it all this week. I mean, he pinch hit for me, the One City, One Story. We've got this event, we've got another event tomorrow. So in the office, when we saw all these great things happening in District 3, I said, wow, this is like John J. Kennedy week. And so we were going to call it John J. Kennedy week. And then we got a call from the producers of Shark Week who said, no, you're going to take ratings away from us if you call it. So instead, we went with the John Kennedy Tour of 2022. And summer tour of 2022. He's got a lot going on in his district, and there's a lot to celebrate. He and his field rep, Susana Porras, have made a tremendous impact in District 3, and this is just one of them. And they're not just small impacts, they're impacts of consequence, and I applaud John for his dedication, his hard work, and his commitment to improving the lives of residents of District 3 and beyond District 3. John's a contributor to not just his district, but to all of the districts. I joke with people that, the elected officials and maybe the city staff are the only ones who really know or care about where these artificial boundaries are. We're really one community. I did used to say when I was a councilman that when you drove into District 5, the birds would start chirping, the air was a little bit better. But now, I say, every part of our city is important and great, and John has done a tremendous job of stewarding issues that cross boundaries that are important to the District 3 constituents. And so I want us to applaud John for his commitment to improving the lives of his constituents and residents in Pasadena. I'd also like to thank, and I'm sure John will do this, all of the residents of District 3 who have supported John get to this point where we're seeing the results that we're seeing. It may take 5 votes on the city council to get anything done, but it takes someone who to continue to press for progress, and John has done that. But that's the result of residents. Having served as a member of the city council, I know that that's the result of residents being involved and asking for the improvements and holding all of us accountable for ensuring those improvements occur. And so I'd like us to give residents and a round of applause for their efforts. And of course, our staff, who led by our city manager, Cynthia Kurtz, who ensure that these projects continue on track and are seen through to completion. So everyone deserves a round of applause, city staff, residents, and as he celebrates the summer tour of 2022, Councilmember John Kennedy. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm always the shortest one. I always have to do this. It is really a pleasure to be here today. The mayor already mentioned this. This is the second groundbreaking, and also in the few months that I've been back at City Hall, we had one park dedication at La Pintoresca. And to just see all the reinvestment in the city parks that the city is undertaking is just incredible. 10 months of construction for this pool and the pool house and all the amenities that go with it to get done. So we missed this summer, but think about next summer because it's only getting hotter, and so we'll only be happier to have that pool here. I see what goes on at City Hall. It's not an unlimited amount of resources. There's a finite, not a finite amount, there's just a certain amount of resources. And while the council works together and tries to do equity, they also have to fight for their district and for their improvements, and especially when the improvements take really large sums of money. And I can say Councilmember Kennedy has done a great job in fighting for this park over the years, and headed into what I think will be the last phase, John, of completing a park that not that many years ago really needed a whole new investment, and now it's just a beautiful place to be and getting even better. So congratulations, John. It would not. Councilmember Kennedy, I'm sorry, I shouldn't do that in public. Councilmember Kennedy, thank you so much for fighting for this park. It would not have happened, and this pool, without you. I know that, and it's really a pleasure to be here with you all today.
I'm not the shortest person, so let me just raise this up a little bit. Good morning, everyone. My name is Brenda Harvey-Williams, and I have the pleasure of serving as the Director of Parks, Recreation, and Community Services. And I want to just give a big thank you to all of you, not just for coming, but for some of you specifically who are making this so very possible for us. Want to thank the mayor and council members for voting to appropriate the dollars for this project. Swimming is so very important. Knowing how to swim and just having the ability to cool off, to take an aerobics class. Our seniors love to take water aerobics. And to have a resource like that in this part of the city is so very important. You may not realize, but the city only owns 2 swimming pools, here and Villa Park. Now, it is summertime right now, and we do run a full aquatics program, typically with 4 pools, but we have to borrow 2 pools from the school district, one at Pasadena High School and one at Blair High School. And this summer, because this pool is closed, we're also using Muir High School. But we have summer camp where we have kids come and they have the ability to take swim lessons. We offer swim lessons, but we really needed a new pool in this part of town. And so though the pool has been here for a very long time, the upgrades that we are receiving are going to be phenomenal. It will almost be like a water park here, and we're so very excited. There was a little piece cut out of the budget that would have made it look more like a water park. Okay, I'm very thankful for what we got. So not gonna complain, but we are very blessed to have this new pool and pool house. And actually, a little part that no one talks about as part of the pool house, we're gonna be getting a room right over there. We're gonna have a new door and a new room, and it's gonna be the teen room, where teenagers can just come and hang out, and a place for them where they don't have to be out here in the park, but they can come in from the inside and just have a drop-in room here as well. But I'm most excited about, we operate a full aquatics program in the summer, but this pool is going to operate year-round. So our residents year-round can take swim lessons, year-round can do water aerobics, and senior water aerobics is very popular, by the way. And so when the budget gets adopted for fiscal 24, which is when our pool will open in 23, we look forward to the mayor and the council approving that budget with that additional operating funds for us to hire some more staff and the costs that go with the year-round pool. So you heard it here first, so we know that the council will support it. Got to start early lobbying for our budget. So that's part of my job. But I don't want to belabor the point and be up here too long, but I also wanted to just say one more thing. I was chatting with the city manager before, and this is actually phase 3, the pool. Phase 1 was the beautiful field. And that was done and opened while a previous city manager was working, someone by the name of Cynthia Kurtz. So this whole vision actually was born under her leadership. And then in January of 2019, we were all here together for the grand opening of this beautiful building. And so it's just amazing to be able to be here again for what's going to be the opening of phase 3. We're starting it, we're breaking the ground, and can't wait till next May 24th, I'm told, of 2023. The pool will be completed, right, Tony? That's what we were told. Where's Hayden or, yeah. May 24th, 2023, the new pool will open. So again, as the Parks and Rec people, we are excited. I'm so glad that Darrell is gonna speak as well, so I won't steal his thunder, but I'm just gonna say a little bit about him. Darrell Walker, who is our superintendent of this facility. He also runs our aquatics program. And many of you may not know, but Darrell is actually a nationally recognized aquatics expert. We are extremely blessed in this city to have Darrell. He sits on a national board with the National Recreation and Parks Association for aquatics. He sits on the board for the Rose Bowl Aquatic Center. So when I say that this is going to be open year round, we don't just have some amateurs running this, but we do have a nationally recognized authority on aquatics and public swimming pools. So we're very happy. And then the last thing I'll say, another good thing about having a year-round pool is a lot of people get their first job being lifeguards. And I like to tell people, if you know a teenager who needs a job, they need to meet Darrell, and we will get them signed up, trained to become lifeguards, because many people got their first job as being a lifeguard. I went to a conference in Baltimore, and a lady, this young blonde woman, came running up and hugged Darrell, and I was looking at him like, but what she told me was Darrell gave her her first job, and she's a Parks and Rec director somewhere in the state of Washington. So good things happen for people who start as lifeguards. And we are very excited for this new swimming pool. And on hot days like today, we can take a dip, or on cool days in the winter, it will be heated. We're gonna need that in the budget too, by the way. And so they're giving me the hook now. But anyway, thank you all for coming, and we are so very excited about this new pool. So thank you.
So good morning, everyone. I'm Tony Olmos. I'm still trying to drop that new Public Works Director title. You know, hopefully after a year, that'll kind of phase out. But I have been here for a short time, and that came at a perfect time. You know, when I showed up, obviously there's always a big capital improvement program. And one of the things I noticed was that we're pretty heavy on the park side within the last couple of years. And just recently, you know, like it was already mentioned, this is the third groundbreaking within the last 2 months. There was a ribbon cutting. There's a couple more ribbon cuttings coming up. So it's just really exciting time for the community and for all of us that work on these projects to see them come to fruition. It takes so much work to get these things done. And I know I'll recognize my staff in a bit too. But there's a lot of meetings. There's a lot of opinions. You know, what should these things look like? If you get 10 people in a room, you're gonna have 10 different opinions in terms of what needs to go in there. Obviously, there's a lot of things related to the budget that are involved, having to do with, you know, working with all the different other departments and how you get those things funded. But when they all come together, it's just a really special thing. So what I wanted to do, I know that there were a lot of people already thanked, but I did want to really just emphasize that none of this is possible without the support of the mayor and the city council. You know, we put together all the construction drawings, we in Public Works, taking all the input from all the different stakeholders, you know, from around the community, from around the different district office, you know, from the district office and, you know, commissions. And we put them together based on what's available in the budget. But ultimately, we take that to city council for an award of contract. And when they give you the stamp of approval, then it's a go time. Then we can put the shovels in the ground, just like the way you have it in the back. But I did just want to send out special thanks to everybody that we worked with. Really, one of the hardest critics that's going to make sure that's going to be a really, really good product is the one you're going to hear from in just a little bit, Darrell. He has such a high standard that we're trying to meet here in Pasadena. And by working with him and his department, it just turns out to be such a spectacular product. So I just want to really give Darrell a really big hand. And our team, our design team that put it together, we had the Dalen group. They're not here today, but they really are the ones that are trying to put all these different opinions and scope of work ideas together. So thank them. Obviously, our partners and our parks staff, besides Darrell, there's a lot of other people involved from the Robinson Center here. And obviously in our staff in Public Works, we are responsible for putting these things out for construction and overseeing them. So Chris Marcarum, our city engineer, is not here today, but a big thank you to her. And then Hayden Melbourne, he's our principal civil engineer. And then Danny Welch, he's our senior project manager, who's going to be overseeing it. So let's give all of them a round of applause. I think they really deserve it. And finally, our contractor by the name of Hamel Construction. As you can see in the board here, they're ready to get going. So as soon as they get going this week, it's go time. And like you already heard when that is expected to go. So the construction contract for this was $5 million. So it's really going to be a high quality project that everybody should be proud of. And I'm just really proud to be part of the team. So thank you so much. Oh, Darrell, let me raise this for him.
Good morning. First of all, I want to recognize Horace because Horace got this project started when he was the director, so let's recognize Horace warmly. Two things. My thing is that it's about safety, and one of the things that since I've been here for 32 years, almost 32 years in September, I always want to make sure that every kid learn how to swim, and this venue is going to help us do that. As Councilman Kennedy mentioned, we're going to have zero entry water. We're going to have water that we can train lifeguards in. We're going to have a place where we can have our seniors to participate. And we're going to have community program. This is going to be a community recreation pool. And it's going to be designed to serve all ages. And that's what I'm happy about. I'm a short timer, okay? But I want to make sure that when I leave here that we take care of our residents in Pasadena, because these residents help me grow as a person, help me become that aquatic professional in a nation, and help the city of Pasadena be recognized as one of the top aquatics programs in Southern California. So for that, thank you. I have people out here that, Famate, her son worked for me as a lifeguard, as a pool manager here. If the previous mayor, his kids worked for me as lifeguards, and we had a number of kids that work here. So I want to thank you guys, for supporting this project, and we can't wait to get it open. So God bless you guys. Thank you.
All right. I know this is rare that I'm going to be brief. I think all of you are a little bit surprised, but I think I would like all of us to give a round of applause to all of the speakers this morning. I think they have brought to us information and a perspective that is helping us move forward and move to a better place. So if you would give all of the speakers a round of applause, I would appreciate it. I would be remiss if I didn't introduce Ann Hickenbottom, a longtime Pasadena resident representing the Hickenbottom family, and also Assemblymember Chris Holden. Ann, where are you? You look familiar. welcome to the podium, Ann.
Good morning, everyone, and I won't be long at all. I just wanted to be here on behalf of the Assembly member to recognize this momentous occasion. As Cynthia pointed out, the final phase of the renovation of the park. This was on Assemblymember Chris Holden's docket when he was in the City Council for more than 2 decades, so it's a proud moment. So I'd like to recognize City of Pasadena, Councilman John Kennedy, Robinson Park. Congratulations on starting construction on this important capital improvement project that will enhance the experience for thousands of Pasadena residents. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Ann.
Thank you.
Also, your council member isn't foolish. We recognize that we live in a complicated society. And just over the weekend, we've had another senseless shooting of young people. And seemingly it's not letting up. So it's important when law enforcement and our public safety professionals join with us, not just in their professional roles, but in their hearts to keep all of us safe. Representing the Pasadena Police Department is our acting police chief, Jason Clausen. Jason? And then we have our fire chief, who for some reason occasionally looks to be 6'5", but I'll say no more about his height other than to say that he is a strong believer in Pasadena, and that's Fire Chief Chad Augustine. Then there's a young gentleman who has led development in that department in the city of Pasadena, who has been extended an honor for us to take a look, or the new city manager to take a look to see if in fact he is going to become the assistant city manager, and that gentleman's name is David Reyes, acting assistant city manager. Now, without a doubt, there will be some folks that I will forget to mention, and I'm sure it will impact your hearts. But I have the biggest heart here, and I want you to know that I'm embracing all of you because you represent the heart of Pasadena. And I wish I could introduce all of you, but that would take too long. I do want to acknowledge Noreen. Noreen, are you back there? Jean Masuda's district liaison. I also would like to represent or to acknowledge David Cutter, our pianist. And he is always faithful in uplifting the community. I'm not sure if our mayor introduced the second mayor of the city of Pasadena, Vanya de la Cuba. Vanya? With that, if there are no other housekeeping matters, we will go to shovel a little bit of dirt to represent the groundbreaking. Are we good to do that now? That's what we'll do. Thank you all.